Hello and welcome, fellow gamers, to our new video. I know it's been some time since our last video, but here it is. This will be the build for Deathblade raiding PvE. We will have Vykas releasing in a couple weeks because this is the June 2022. We have the first raid, Legion, which is Vital Valtan. Now we have Vykas, the second one. So I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna go in with. Let's start with the gear. So I'm rocking double piece entropy, which is the weapon and the helmet. This is the best set for Blade. You will want to run 6 piece right here of entropy. That's the best set endgame. But so far, right now we can only get 2 piece with Valtan. Other pieces unlock with Vykas. So eventually, for Vykas, when it releases, I want to go double entropy, double preordained from Valtan. From Argus right here for the crit chance, and both my gloves and shoulders are going to be salvation relic set, pretty much double piece for extra damage, so I can min-max it on Vykas. So I'm gonna have double entropy, double salvation, and double preordained from Argus. Now, accessories and stone. Again, I just finished it recently, so let's get back to or let's go straight to engravings. The main stats you want to focus on are obviously the spec and crit. You should aim for 1500 spec. I feel like that's the sweet spot. 175% skill damage, something around like that. 80% awakening as well. And then crit chance, you will want to get like 490 at least. Break that 18% barrier. That's probably like the sweet spot. I haven't really tested exact numbers, but that's what I feel like. Engravings, I'm running these engravings 5x3. Now, the optimal setup for maximum damage outcome would be to have Crystal instead of Adrenaline. But that would be too expensive, and Adrenaline just grew to my heart too much. Man, I love Adrenaline. Both the attack power from this and crit chance as well. And I could even argue that this Adrenaline is better than Cursed Dull right now. Because with double piece entropy, as you can see, it gives us crit damage, which means we have no crit chance. We will get crit chance from 4 pieces right there. You can see it. But right now we have nothing. So if you can combine it with this crit chance from adrenaline 15%. Now we will have the card set as well in here, 7%. Then we are at a pretty nice number. So I would say this is even better. So with optimal setup, of course you would want Curse Doll instead of adrenaline, but it's up to you. Double engraving books. I know this may be a problem for some people. If you can get one engraving, one book, 12 legendary, and get a 7/7 stone, you should still be able to do this. You should still be able to go for 5x3. But for Vykas, you don't need 5x3, chat. And boys and girls out there, you are set if you have only 4. If you have 4x3 for Vykas with relic accessories, you are golden. You don't need any more. Okay. For gems, running level 7s, level 8 here for Blitz Rush. Blitz Rush for remaining energies, the main damage, so as well as Soul Absorber. Some people think it's Surge, but it's not really. Because we are running Supercharge, and this applies only to charging skills, which is for our build, Absorber, Blitz Rush, Void Strike, and Moonlight Tonic. So this does not apply to any other skills. Awakening, Surge, up to the question. So Surge Blades are running the highest level gem for Surge, not us though. But of course you still want to have a gem for that. So we went over gear, engraving, gems. Now when it comes to skills, let's go one by one in my book right here. So Spin Cutter, I'm stacked on skill points because I'm a higher level too, so I could afford to go for plus 11 skills on almost all of them except Dark Axle. But if you struggle with skill points, go for Spin Cutter, triple spin first before getting to level 11 skills, okay? Now, you have Open Weakness. This is insanely good for the party members and for you as well. Applying a debuff for more damage. You have Quick Prep, obviously for cooldown. Triple Skin, also pretty nice damage combined. And if you can get a quick recharge on this skill, then it's even more valuable if you have triple spin. So that works like magic. Dark Axle, Swift Fingers, Tenacity right here, and High Axle. This is very useful for getting behind the target back to get that extra sweet back attack damage. We'll go with Protection as well to gain some shield. For some mechanics, very useful as well. Soul Absorber, one of our attacking skills, Swift Fingers, Fist of Darkness, and Half as well. We're gonna go with Wealth Rune for extra specialty to generate orbs right here. Earth Cleaver is our counter attack. We are gonna go with Push right here for a little travel, damage, weak point detection, Earth Explosive. We'll go with Stagger because Earth Cleaver for Blade is our one of the highest, well, the highest Stagger skill. So we're gonna combine this with Stagger damage because almost every encounter requires some kind of Stagger mechanic. Moonlight Tonic, Gale Wind for faster speed. You could go with Wealth, Purple, but I don't have it yet, sadly, because that one comes from Sea Bounties, if I recall correctly. So it's really hard to get. So I just went with Gale Wind. Fist of Darkness, Sustain right here, and Shade Tonic. Also, forgot to mention, on Spin Cutter, you could also go with like, let's say, either Protection, you could go with some Bleed Rune as well, or even Rage. If you want to test that, Rage would be good too. Now we have Maelstrom with Focus Rune for less mana consumption. You could even go with Bleed Rune again. So Orc Control, Dark Order for the buff for you and the party members. We don't go level we don't go level 10 skill. We don't really need any of these. Would be waste of skill points pretty much. We could use them for something else, like, you know, skills. Level 11. Then our main damaging skill is Blitz Rush. Hit point for crit chance. There goes another crit rate source for this skill. Charge enhancement right here for more damage. And Shadow Rush. Gale Wind, legendary if you can get one from Descaluda. If not, go for purple one. But since it's double charge, you need this one to go through the cast speed as fast as possible. So that's why here. Anyway, Void Strike, this is our specialty, the Death Orb meter gainer. So legendary Wealth right here. Just got it as well from Omnium Star, I believe. Level 11, Orb Control, Fist of Darkness, Dark Explosion. So this is the skills. Awakening, obviously Flash Blink. I don't think I've ever used Blade Assault, so Flash Blink, that's the one to go. So this covers the skills right now. We'll go over consumables here as well. If you're starting a fight, unless it's specifically for, like, for example, if it's not a mechanic that requires you to have Panacea for bleeds or poison, whatever, you would also want to go with Stimulant. If you use Stimulant, you will instantly gain 3 orbs, which means when you engage in a fight, you go with Z. You go with Surge to gain that buff from remaining energy, right? You get extra attack power, movement speed, attack speed, and begin your rotation. So you could go with that at the start of the fight, or like in the lobby, where you prep your potions. You use this potion in lobby, and then switch it out for Atropine Potion for extra damage for 10 seconds. It takes away HP, but if you have a support in your group, you can talk to him as well about the setup you're planning to do. Then second one with Dark Grenade, unless it's a stagger mechanic or it's a destruction mechanic where you have to use destruction bombs in your 4th slot, for example. But the Dark Grenade for more damage, or if somebody else is using it from your party, you can always communicate together as well. And then obviously HP potions. So this is consumables, some food. You would want to go with this, Master's Herb Stain. This helps a lot as well. The Combat Resource Natural Recovery is for spacebar, if I remember correctly. So that helps in combat a lot too, in raids, to avoid mechanics. Now we'll show you rotation on the boss. Let's go with Scarecrow, Boss, Summon. Now what I recommend to people setting up their skill bars is always set up your skill bar with skills that follow each other. So you're starting with Spin Cutter, follow with Maelstrom, Soul Absorber, Blitz Rush. Then if it's Earth Cleaver, we don't use a Dark Axle unless we want to go to target's back, boss's back. Void Strike after that, and Moonlight Tonic. And then you go into Z, press Search, and go again. Q, W, E, R. So I always recommend setting up the skills as they follow, right? So Spin Cutter first, Maelstrom, Soul Absorber, Blitz Rush right here, Earth Cleaver, Void Strike right here, Moonlight Tonic, We use Surge, Z right here, and we go again. Like this. We then have a 1 second cooldown or like 1 second waiting room. That's because we haven't used Dark Axle. You could always like combine Dark Axle as well if you want to, depending again on your position and on the mechanics. Now you want to use your Awakening with your obviously remaining energy buff, Dark Grenade, and Endorphin Potion for maximum damage. Unless again the mechanic on boss says different. I'm not gonna go over Vykas mechanics because that would be a spoiler. Some people want to go in blind, so that's okay. And you always want to keep in mind or keep your eyes on your buff bar with your supports buff. That's a huge breaker there too for the highest damage. The cards you have seen, Lost Wind Cliff is the best thing to have. Of course, if you can get your hands on a Light of Salvation, which I don't have sadly. I have quite a few Awakens. I have 2, 4, 6, 8, I have 9 Awakens of Light of Salvation, but I'm still missing Nineveh and my boy Shandi. Light of Salvation, if you cannot get this one, just go with a regular HP set. It doesn't matter. It's not that much of a big of a deal thing. Maybe for Vykas at first, because we're not that geared for Vykas yet, unless you're super best in slot. If you have a full decked out group with setup like I have and high gear score, you could get away with HP set, but Lost Wind is the best, obviously. You could also use card set called with the 3 dwarves, 3 Umar families. If you have it awakened, as you can see, it gives you back attack damage. If you get all 3 awakened to 15 piece, that's a 12% back attack damage right there, which is huge. And the damage reduction for Guardians from the basic 3 set is pretty useful too. So this card set, if you guys have any questions, let me know down below in the description if I missed anything. But I think we covered everything now. But anyways, if you have any questions, hit me down in the comments below. You will find my links to Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram, whatever, Discord as well. It's gonna be there as well. So I would like to thank you all for watching. And until next time, you guys have a good one. Take it easy, alright? Bye-bye.